We got out on some classic skis today. These K2 Seth Morrisons, I think they're from about 1999 or 2000. Got a lot of side cut, they're 70 underfoot. These are the end of the old era of what skis were before they really became fat skis. At this point I was already on Dean & Star Bigs, and my buddy Ryan had just moved here from Maine, and he had a pair of these, and he was so proud of them. But I kind of broke his spirit, I guess, when I was emphasizing how they were too skinny, and they were the fattest skis he ever had. Look at these little guys. This is like a junior free ride comp. Everyone's shredding on South Face. Meanwhile, I'm going to go test these things down here wherever I'm going. Unbeknownst to me, the knuckles are open right here. I'm like, oh shit.
Really?
I gotta go ski these things in there. If you don't know, the knuckles are basically a big, giant no-fall zone, depending on the snow conditions. But in general, you don't want to fall. That's as steep, I don't know, as steep as it looks, I guess. Like you can see, it goes. If I fell right there, I would be all the way through those trees down there. So, first turn on these skis ever. First turn in the knuckles this year. What could go wrong? Just looking at the side cut, I assumed they were going to be hooky, like I'd want to hook in the snow, and sure enough, this is what they're doing, is I'm pretty much instantly survival skiing. Just fighting these things to keep them going anywhere, really. And I know this run well. It's all kind of cliff under that gut down there, and I'm juking out over this cornice edge. And then right around this, it's all cliff right underneath me. I know you can't tell in the flat light, so I'm just like, don't fuck this up. And I skittered over to the side, and the snow is pretty variable. That's all rime. It's all wind thickened, and right here, my upper left-hand ski, look at this left ski goes hook, whoop, and boom. I am like about to go head first. The only thing I survived was I jammed my right hand downhill, and it overemphasized the next pole plant, essentially counteracting the motion. But look at those skis just flopping around, like not tracking straight whatsoever. They just keep trying to like hook and overturn and overturn and overturn. I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to turn this much. And so this is 100%. It became a point, I should say, I don't know, maybe a war of attrition against these things. I just had to, like, you could hear in the sound effects, you can hear that I'm gotta get them out of the snow every single turn. Like, you bring them around, and then I'm like stomping these, like overemphasizing stomping these jump turns, trying to smash the ski to submission, or smash the snow to submission. It was pretty, not bad snow, but if I was on my super fats or any other half decent skis, this would have been good skiing. Which brings me back to my last post about, handicapping yourself, skiing shitty skis in shitty conditions to get yourself better. Again, with the crazy lateral muscles trying to like keep shit all together when normally you just rely on the skis to do everything. So that was the first lap, and I'm just like, holy shit. Like, so I'm coming for a second lap, and I'm like, what better way to fix these skis than is to go straight off the nose of this thing down the steepest pitch. This is basically the steepest pitch on Alyeska for the most part. I mean, there's some little ones over in Christmas, but for long sustained. And these skis are like skiing on razors that want a railroad track, if that makes sense. Razors, railroad tracks. I'm coming through this choke, and it's deep enough. I'm doing these mandatory jump turns, and right here, there's a move. Look at my left hand. Oh, the boom, left hand. Look how far it came across my body. And I do it again on the right. What that is, I reached down too far to pole plant. Like, my pole plant position was in the wrong spot. I did those 2 turns for whatever reason, and I came over the pole, and the pole, you know, it throws my hand, it, you know, levers over the pivot point over the pole's hitting the snow, and I'm thinking it's because I was too far down. Which brings me back to what a tactic or technique I used to use way back long ago is I had super short poles. I used those leaky collapsibles, and I collapsed them all the way. And actually, those are really good on the super steeps because they don't do that, and they force you to get way forward. So 3rd lap, going way over to pinky or index, one of the, or ball and chain. And at this point, these are just survivals. I'm just like, I'm skiing out here because the principle is my first day out here, but these skis are not very fun. But I'm telling myself I'm having fun. I'm trying not to fall. And that's all no fall zone. If I fell right there, like, you would go through all that stuff. And the pitch, basically, it's steep. Then there's the middle zone where it kind of lessens, and then underneath the fins, the spines, it steepens again through these cliff bands. And on this run, I decided to get right into the trees. And this is an interesting note, having the chest cam, the way it's coming, you know, my body's coming completely around on the slope, where all the other previous videos, it wasn't this steep, so I wasn't coming around the slope this hard. These are my 3 favorite turns right here. This one, bam, and then bam, bam. Just trying to smash these skis, like, do what I say. And you're kind of right on top of the spine. You can't see there's gullies on each side. It's pretty sweet skiing out here. This really is what makes Alyeska good skiing. All the other stuff is like, okay, whatever, this is fun, I guess. But this zone is where the fun is at. And it just keeps on going. So this run, I let the camera run all the way to the bottom. I guess for those who have not skied here or seen here, just kind of shows the size and scale of the runs and the leg burn you can get out of it. Right here, I'm like, man, I'm tired.
There. Holy fudge.
These skis, they were actually doing better the further down we got. We got down into this crusty, dust on crust stuff. And the very last section coming into the groomer, they were actually doing all right. I mean, these things would shred on hard pack. Like, but yeah, steep chundery, variable snow, I did not like them. And that makes you wonder, like, obviously Seth Morrison could ski these skis, and a lot of people liked them at the time. It makes you wonder what was... See, that's looking up at all this stuff. Pretty good terrain. That's Christmas on the left. It's probably opening soon. It makes you wonder if people's ability adapted to the technology at the time. You know, true ability versus contextual ability. So right here, the skiing actually got fun with these things. It's all, you can hear it. It's pretty much icy, and these things are like, holy cow, these are fun. And we're going to slam it in the groomer. Wham! Alright, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button.